Hello guys, welcome back to another episode. I haven't done an in-session vlog for a little while actually. The past couple that I've been doing are old sessions that I haven't actually got up yet on the channel, so I'm not sure if this is going to be before those or after those, but there's certainly been an older one first. Reason being, I've been doing a few reviews, a few videos like that. I'll do another one while I'm on this session as well, so it's going to be a busy old session. I've only got about... Where are we? Well, it's 20 to 1 now on Saturday, and I've got fishing until about 10:30 in the morning tomorrow. Bit of a quick session. I've just popped down to the tackle shop to get some bait. You're going to join me when I go in and get it, and then we're going to go to the lake. Don't know what lake yet. Undecided. Not too sure. You probably know already before I do, which is a bit weird.
Johnny boy.
Say hello, Chris.
Yo, how you doing?
Say hello to all the supporters and all the lovers of HF angling.
There's a lot of you out there. I just want to say thank you.
Thanks for all the support. Thanks to God.
It's been a long ride.
Thanks to...
we made it.
Yeah, okay. Say hello.
Hi mate.
Hey.
I'm not gonna lie, I've got one of those handsets a week ago.
It's a good little offer, isn't it? For all you surface people out there. HF Angling, 120 quid. Rod, reel, line, bait. You even get Cotswold Aquarius.
Made in the UK. Look at that British flag there. Oh.
It's a good little offer that was. Is.
2.15 kilos for you, John.
Hang on, I'm checking it this time.
Get it on camera, mate. No one can argue with that, can they?
Trying to diddle me out of bait. Here's 2 kilos, look, it's only 1.3.
That sign there, mate.
See ya. Thank you for shopping locally. Bye. Took a bit longer than expected. Got bait. Downside is I didn't have my card with me. So I actually, I haven't paid for any bait at all. Which also means that now I need to go home to get my card. Because I'm a stupid fool. So I went home, got my bank cards, went to the shop, bought some milk, got all the little bits that I need. Now I'm pulling on to Winterley. Go and have a look how busy it looks down here. So here we go, just had a walk down to the specimen pool at Winterley, and there's a couple of pegs free actually. Peg 6 is free, which is the one I've fished the most of. Had a couple of fish out of last time as well, we'll touch on that later on. So right, I've chosen my swim. I've actually gone against what I said, I haven't gone on 6 at all. I've moved up to peg 7, 9, 10, peg 10. It's only about 2.5, 3 foot deep. Not a big change, but it is a bit shallower. It's flat calm up here, there's no wind at all. Previously I've been fishing peg 6 and been catching on every session from a particular spot, but normally I wouldn't change, but I just fancied a bit of a change in scenery, to be honest, and a bit of a different challenge on the same lake. So I've come up here. It hasn't been fished very hard so far since the lake reopened. Something's going on my focus, bear with me. So, good grief. There we are, we're back. Yeah. So it hasn't been fished very hard since the lake reopened up this end. There's been a few people on here, but nothing major. So I'm going to give it a go, see if I can winkle a couple out. I'm going to fish over to the snags, over there and there, and then I'm going to have one somewhere on the reed line over there. I think I just saw a fish show. Bear with me. Stay looking at me as I'm not looking at you. No, it was a coot. So, and oh yeah, geese still. So I'm going to get the rods in, get sorted, and then we'll touch base with you and see if we can winkle the fish out. So nothing much is happening at the minute. My left hand rod, you can see there, bobbing is down. There's a goose that keeps on picking it up, so I think that area is off limits really until later on. They just seem to pick up everything that you see over there, so I'm going to flick one out just to the left over here. I've seen a fish bubbling up, leave the other two where they are, change it around a little bit, try and combat the geese. That's the big problem, the geese. Let me know what you do actually in the comments below. What do you do to combat geese and other bird life, things like that? I know dark hook baits work and things, but when it's so shallow, what do you do? Let me know in the comments below. Speak to you in a little bit. So a bit of a session update for you. We're all set up, all ready to go. All 3 rods have been out up against the far tree line. No signs of anything yet. My left hand rod, which took me a while to get into the right space to be honest, got it out there and then it's been picked up 4 times by geese, so I've given up on that area for the time being until it gets a bit darker. Shifted the rods over on the bars and then I've moved it onto the right hand side and cast it over to far margin in a sort of cutout in the reeds if you like, which you've just seen me cast into previously. So that's in there now. Then I've got the thrown stick out and thrown, what, 30 baits around it in a sort of area, biggish area around it I suppose, trying to get the carp grubbing around a little bit. I've also used the thrown stick and put a load of bait all over the tree line, scattered them all over the place just to get them picking up food, and then hoping they'll come out to slightly clearer edge to pick up the hook bait. Hook baits I'm using white sticky bait krill pop-ups, the heavily boosted ones that I always use on Winterly, and the freebies I got out are the HF Angling fish meal boilies. I can't remember what they're called, Squid Supreme I think. I've got the wrong name, do apologise. So they're the freebies I'm using, and it's just a waiting game now. I haven't fished this swim before really. I did an hour on here on a day session once, just flicked some singles around. I don't know a lot about this end of the lake. I know it's shallower. You definitely can tell that when you cast over the tree line, as soon as that lead hits the water it's pretty much on the bottom, so it can't be more than 2 foot deep over there. It's pretty shallow, and the geese are taking baits off the bottom by tipping up the bodies, so you know it's pretty shallow. I'm saying about 2 foot, something like that. As I said to you at the start of the video, I've been here a couple of times. I came here last weekend with Lad, fished on peg 6 where you saw me starting this, well, where you saw me contemplating going. Fished on peg 6, had 2 fish out, both mid doubles. One was a common, really nice pristine looking fish, and the other one was a proper scaly old leather. Must be one of the originals that are in here. Only about mid double though, but it was a real old warrior. It had that stare as if to tell you it had seen some stuff, you know. So really impressed with that fish, really happy with those 2 fish actually. Done really well down on peg 6. I've always caught fish off it, well this year anyway. Every time I've fished it I've always had fish off. Doing the move up here might seem a little bit crazy, but I just had the idea that I wanted to fish a different peg, try something a little bit different, and I just had this feeling that the bigger fish might have been pushed up here from all the pressure down that end of the lake, so that's why we're here. I've also been down to this margin just to my left hand side and thrown a few boilies in just by the snags, which you saw me do previously. I've done that just off on a whim. Nice little sheltered bay. I can see it close enough to see if there's any fish activity over it, and if there is I can easily pull one of these out and just go and sit on it for 2 minutes. It's literally there, so I haven't got to move far to where my rod bag is basically. I haven't got to move a rod far. I can still stay with all my rods because I'm fishing type up against snags and reeds, so clutches are all locked up. Bobbins have got 1 inch if that. Sensitivity on the alarms is on full, so I know if we get a bite it's going to be pretty hectic and pretty explosive straight away, and then obviously hit and hold, walk straight back with the rod, try and pull the fish away from the snags. That's the plan. I'm now going to settle down, have a brew, have a bit of food, and then we'll see what the early evening brings. I'll touch base with you before it goes dark. I don't even know what time it is. Hang on a second. So it's 5:10 now. So we've got a few hours left until darkness settles in, so I'll touch base with you at dusk, see how we're getting on. But hopefully before that we might have a fish in the net. Feeling quietly confident about this session. Whenever I say that it always goes horribly wrong, so touch wood, plenty of wood, touch wood. But there we go. So what might seem like a few hours for me is going to seem like about 20 seconds for you. So a bit of a soft update for you before it goes too dark. This is probably the most frustrating session I've ever had in my life. I can't keep a rod in the water more than 30 seconds at the minute. Well, up until now, should I say. Geese are just picking up everything. It's like I'm casting out, the geese swim straight over to where I've cast to, pick up the bait, knacker it, reel it in, recast it. I've made that many casts, it's ridiculous. So I reeled my rods in. I'm leaving it another 10-15 minutes or so before it goes a bit darker and all the birds start to rest up for the night. A couple of geese are still swimming around and the swan as well. So they're all done, all in front of me here, ready to go. I've got two of my little multi-hinge rigs and a spinner rig as well, Ronnie rig. On each one I have attached, let me show you. There we go, on each one, focus. On each one I've attached a little pop-up as well, another pop-up in a little PVA mesh bag, just to keep them off the deck really. There, when I'm casting out, I'm fishing so shallow that I'm not even feeling the lead down at all, it's literally just going straight in and plugging. So the idea being this will help keep the hook bait elevated off the bed of the lake for long enough for me to just unplug the lead and just lie it down properly, and then obviously that pop-up will melt off with the PVA mesh, melt off with the PVA mesh, and that'll pop up to the surface so I know where it is, and then I can always get the throwing stick back out and put a load of bait in. I've already thrown about 1 kilo out there in the stick so far, to no avail because all the birds just come and pick it up straight away. So I'm sort of resting it for a little while, just because I'm absolutely knackered from casting and reeling. So I've clipped up all the rods, took the hook links off, left the leads on, clipped them all up to the spots that I want them on. Baits are on ready, I'm going to rest them for 10 minutes, another 10 minutes maybe, just so I can still see where I'm going, and then chuck them out. And then hopefully I'll touch base with you during the night, but if these birds carry on, then I don't think I have much chance at all. We'll see how it goes. All we can do is hope and pray really, that the birds go away, fish come in, and we get a couple of bites. But let's see what the night brings, and I'll let you know how I get on. So unfortunately that's it from me, end of the session. Very short morning this morning, nothing happened at all, no beeps, no touches. Very quiet night. The swans and geese that you can see over there have been doing that all through the night, all through the morning, all through the evening yesterday, causing a right commotion, making a right noise. I think I should have stayed with my original plan of going in peg 6, but I didn't. I chose this one, so you have to live with the mistakes that you make, I suppose. Very weird end up this end. I didn't really enjoy it that much, to be honest. When I was casting, where I was fishing to, wasn't happy at all, but I still stayed here. Maybe I should have moved last night down to peg 6 then. Anyway, hindsight's a magical thing, isn't it? But that's it from here for a little while. I think I won't be back at Wintley for a while. I'm joining a club water soon. Next month I'll be at the club water, so I can video there, I can take all the pictures and videos and stuff like that. That's not an issue at all. They've got a few lakes to go at as well, and some very big fish, which is very good. So I'll be joining there next month. Whether I'll start fishing there next month or not, I don't know yet. I've got a few other videos to do in the meantime. I've recorded another video here, another carp pinion while I was here on the water hog biomass stove, so make sure you check that one out. I've got a couple of other bits to do as well. So I reckon in 4 to 6 weeks I might start getting some videos up for the new water. Fingers crossed we'll get some big fish out there as well. That'd be very nice. So for me, that's about it. If you're out on the bank soon, tight lines, hope you have a good one. And don't forget to keep in touch on social media. Let me know how you're getting on. Send me little catch reports in if you like. I'll give you a big shout out. Love to see what everyone's doing in the local area. So let me know what's going on, and I'll see you on the bank next time. Take care.